Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Move Me Back series. Today I have a very special guest with me. All my guests are special, but I have a very special guest with me. I have with me Fazayah.
Hi.
The reason that I brought Fazayah on today is because you don't have any connection that you know of to Ghana, and so interviewing people like you I find really fascinating, because out of all the African countries that there are, here you are in Ghana.
Yes.
So maybe you could tell me, first of all, what's brought you to Ghana specifically?
So a little backstory. I grew up in a home where our mother, she treated Africa like, you know the movie Coming to America?
Yeah.
So like Africa was like the promised land. It was the greatest. So like I was a kid playing with Barbies and I was like, my husband's African. I always wanted to move to Africa. When I was in college, I Googled the safest African country, and it was Ghana. And then I just kind of gave up that dream, or forgot about it. And then I had a baby by an African man. And he did what most Ghanaians do. They take their child back to Ghana. So he took him back to Ghana and kept him here. So I moved here to be closer to my child. So.
Wow. Okay. Right. So you said something. I know. Like. Okay. So I really want to ask you a bit more about that, because you're not the first person I've heard of such a thing happening to, where the child has been taken and brought back to whatever African country it is. So
and according to the FBI, Ghanaians do that a lot. So.
Okay, so I just want to touch on that at the moment, even though that's not really what this video is about. I just want to touch on it because I know that those of you in the comments are going to pick up on what you've already said, right? Okay, so your child was taken and brought to Ghana, so that must have been quite scary for you, right? Did you know it was going to happen? What happened?
Well, yeah, he said that he was going to bring him for a few months.
Okay.
And he originally wanted 5 months, and we argued down to 3 months because I said I don't want to be away from my child that long. So we agreed for 3 months stay in Ghana, and he just never returned them.
Wow.
And I guess that's when I contacted the FBI. They said that's just like a common thing.
So you contacted the FBI.
Yeah. But they said that's just a common thing for Ghanaians to do. And apparently Ghana doesn't have a treaty with America, so America just can't come in and take the children back.
Wow.
So yeah, it's not as simple as most people. Like everybody asks me, well, how come you just didn't, get the FBI to get them? They'll go get them. Like no, not if they don't have a treaty. With the, it's a specific type of treaty where you can go in and get the child that's a victim of parental kidnapping. So, but it's all good now. I'm cool with the father. We work things out, and I'm here with my child. So
at what point did you realize that? Oh gosh, she's not coming back.
About 3-year mark.
3 years? No.
He would say he was bringing them back every holiday. And he would have to come back every year because he had a green card at the time.
Right.
So he would come back every year, and I would be expecting him to bring my child back with him.
Yeah.
And I pick him up from the airport, and my son's not there, and I'm just like, what the heck? So after a while, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. You're telling me you're bringing them back every, couple of times a year, so that I won't, go and pursue. So.
Wow. Okay. So when you finally realized that, okay, my child is not coming, you just got on a plane. So did you get on a plane with the intention of staying here, or did you get on a plane with the intention of coming to get your son and then returning?
No, I knew I couldn't do that. I knew I couldn't go get him and return.
Okay.
There was a lot of things that happened in between, but I knew that wasn't possible. So I just came here to move.
So you just packed up all your stuff?
Absolutely.
Wow.
For my child.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean,
you a mother.
The mother instincts, right? You're gonna do all you can.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been a lot, though.
It took me a few years to get up the courage to move.
So what was your process like in terms of, like, have you ever been to Ghana before?
Yes, okay, so long story short, I was under, this is gonna sound so bad. I was under FBI investigation.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to get my passport.
Right.
People who don't know, the FBI investigates everybody. Not everybody, but people for no reasons, and this was one of the things where they was investigating me for absolutely no reason. And I wasn't able to get my passport for about 15 years. Me trying to get my passport. So I finally got so I tried getting it after 9/11 happened, 2001. Tried to get my passport. My whole family, they got their passport. I was the only one. And I didn't know I was under investigation, so I kept trying for about 15 years, and I was finally able to get it. And then the year that I got it, I went out, visited my son, came back, and I will always be so depressed when I come back to the States. Like, oh my God, my baby.
Growing.
Right? So I went every year. So I visited about 3 times before I finally decided to move. Yeah. So I visited 3 times.
So what happened? So after you got on the plane, did you know where you were going to stay? Had you been able to do enough planning to say, I'm going to have a place to stay, I'm going to do this, that? You didn't. Okay.
I just sold everything. I sold my car, I sold most of my clothes, I sold my furniture. I ended all open accounts like my Xfinity account, like for my internet, and just dotted my I's and crossed my Q's, and I just left in hope. Like I know I can make it because I'm a black woman, and a black woman can make it anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I came, and my son's grandmother was gracious enough to let me stay at her place for a month. So I stayed there and looked for apartments, and I could not fathom how difficult it would be to look for an apartment as a foreigner. Like, oh my gosh.
Tell me what happened. Just tell me.
Oh my gosh. So they named the price on the website. I get there and they see that I'm a foreigner. They're like, oh, the price has changed. It's now they upped the price. So I realized that I had to have a fake Ghanaian husband. So I got one of my guy friends who's Ghanaian, and he would call ahead, be like, "Oh, what is the price?" Blah 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 blah. And then I would show up like, hi. And they'd be so mad, but they'd show me the property, and also I noticed that Ghanaians are like really racist toward Nigerians. Not racist, but like prejudiced.
There's
They would like grill me. Are you Nigerian? Are you sure? I'm like, bro, how am I Nigerian? Bro? Like, are you sure you're not Nigerian? What's your last name? What's your parents' name?
Wow.
Bro, what is the deal? Like, I have the money. Like, let's take the money. Like, it's okay. And they're like, no, I don't want to. And one landlord, he said, no. I don't trust that she's not Nigerian. So he wouldn't even rent to me. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. There is like this stigma, I'm sorry to say, but there is a stigma that like Nigerians get into a lot of trouble and stuff like that. So that's why there's this whole thing of they're being a bit cautious with if you're Nigerian or not. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily true, but the whole 419 thing, unfortunately, it has followed Nigerians for some time. So they have that stigma that follows them, But yeah, so you managed to find a place.
I found a place.
Right? And how has that been?
Well, the most shocking thing is that as a renter, you're responsible for everything.
Yes.
Like, what? Like, that's so crazy. And then there's no renter's insurance, and there's no, like, a thing in place, like, to hold the landlord accountable for, like leakages or a flood. Like, my apartment just flooded yesterday. I had to take care of all the damage and, it's insane. Like, the differences is so vast, and it's just something I wasn't really expecting.
So it's been a bit of a culture shock for you.
It's been quite a culture shock. But it's exciting, and I'm learning every day. And the greatest part is I get to see my son regularly. So,
of course. Yeah. That's what this whole thing is about, right?
And it's just the little stuff. Like the other day, I was able to go and help him with his homework. Like, that's my favorite. My favorite part of life. Really motherhood. Yeah.
So did you see a big difference between when you were coming here on holiday and actually having moved here?
Absolutely. I think a lot of Westerners, or at least African Americans, when they come here, they have this romanticized view of Ghana or Africa in general, right? They're returning home, returning to the motherland, and like when I first came here and I stepped my foot on the ground, I cried. I was like, I'm home. So I think there's a huge I don't know, misconception or like rose-colored glasses that a lot of Black people from America have when they get here. So all the times I visited, I'm like, oh, this is the greatest place ever, and oh, the people are so royal and holy, and and then I move here and boom, it's just so, it just hits you. It just
Right.
I
Okay.
yeah.
So tell me more about that hits you, because that sounds like there's something behind it. So I need to understand what
Very
that's.
perceptive.
What is that hits you?
There is a profound loneliness with being a foreigner in a different country.
Yeah.
And most Americans have no concept of that. There's nothing to place, you know, it's just, it's so out of this world to imagine you as an American, because, you know, we have these big heads and these big, like, egos, and to imagine us as a minority or as a foreigner.
Yeah.
So when I came here, I noticed immediately that I was being treated differently, and not in a bad way. Like, Ghanaians are really, really nice to foreigners. First of all, they will try to get you. They will try to up the price on everything. But outside of that, they treat you with a lot of respect and very kind to you. But that type of like it's a buffer there. I never really had authentic conversations or interactions with people because of that buffer. That, oh, she's a foreigner, let me be extra careful and extra nice. And I just wasn't used to that as a Black woman. In America, like you get authenticity every corner, whether it's from a racist white person or, you know, another Black person or anybody necessarily. That's just the culture. It's the American culture is authenticity first and kindness second. Here it's kindness first and authenticity second, I feel like. And it's very polite culture, very formal culture. So it was a profound loneliness, and I even had a really huge bout of depression when I first came in. I literally like stayed in bed for like a few months when I got my apartment, and I just, there was no one to talk to, there was no one to, you know, and then I also took advantage of the nonverbal interactions that I have with other Black people. Like, you can just give a Black person a look in the store. You don't even know them. Like, you know, and
like
you know what you're saying. So like that is in the little innuendos and the sarcasm. Sarcasm is not really a big thing here, which is devastating. That's like most of my language.
That's like me too, right? I know, I get you.
What the heck?
I'm like, did you not get what I just said?
It's funny. It's not. I'm not serious. Like, oh my God. So like, yeah, it's Ghanaians take things so literal. So it was really hard just interacting with people, because I just have to. I feel like I have to peel back layers of communicating to interact with a Ghanaian. I just have to be straightforward, and that was really devastating, honestly. I like the multi-level, multi-function ways of communicating, and like especially when I start dating, you know, like that's like the majority of my flirting.
I want to know about that. We're definitely talking about dating.
And I don't know, like, you know, cute, but like smart, like a smart ass. And they wasn't getting it. Like that's the reactions, and I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how to flirt now. I don't know how to flirt. Like,
right.
That's my whole charm.
The
my whole
dating
charm is sarcasm.
So the dating scene here has been like quite difficult,
Oh
right?
my God.
Okay, so tell me, how many times have you been on a date here?
I'm embarrassed.
No, come on, share.
Many times.
Right.
And let me just say, it was mainly out of boredom.
Okay.
Mainly out of boredom. I feel really bad. Sorry guys if you ever dated me. And I wasn't really interested in you, only the food. My bad. But yeah, many times.
And you kept running into the same problems.
The same problems. And I feel like a lot of Ghanaian men think alike, act alike. So it's pretty much I was on the same date over and over and over again. They asked me the same questions, and then after the date, they text me the dry text. How are you? Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. It's like, so like I'm considered weird and eccentric for American standards. Right. So like coming to Ghana and trying to find somebody to match me is just almost impossible. I've given up hope, honestly. Like I don't think that there's anyone that would keep my I don't know interest.
So have you tried dating like other Americans here or other people from the West here? You've been down that road. You tried that too?
Yes!
And how was that?
Okay, so one American I was dating, so there's a small expat community, right? Yeah. Especially of Black Americans. He was interested in 3 of my friends from the West. So like he's literally
at the same time?
At the same time. So he's literally like dating one of my good friends at the same time as dating me, and I'm just like, he thinks it's okay. Like he doesn't see a problem with it. Finally, I just ghosted him. I'm just like, man, come on.
Wow.
Nobody got time for this.
That's too much work, man.
Yeah, and then they're super cocky because like, you know, they come here and the Ghanaian woman just an American man. So they're just super cocky. Like, bro, you were like a 5 in the States. You were like a 10 here. Like, ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time.
I love that. I love that you're so honest. That's what I love talking to you. Because obviously we've spoken, we've had like, you know, we're on our friendship journey as well and stuff like that. And every time
she's my best friend in my head. Like,
yes,
we've been on many in my imagination.
She won't stop following me. No, every time I've spoken to you, you've been like very open and honest, and I love that. That's why I really wanted to interview you as well. So, like, tell me some of the positive things that you've experienced about Ghana. I know you've touched on a few of those really, but tell me like maybe 2 things about Ghana that you can say categorically that if you're American and you come into Ghana, you will love this.
The peace, unmatched.
Right.
Unmatched. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. I know, like, I've heard rumors. So let me just say that I've heard rumors of violence and crime here, but I've never seen it firsthand. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And I feel so confident just walking down the street at night by myself. Like it's very peaceful, very calm, surreal. It gives me a chance for my nervous system to calm the hell down. Because like in America, you're on constant guard. You know, all these racist white people around every corner. And not just that, just like rapists, serial killers, you know, it's a lot. So like here, you don't have to worry about that. It's very peaceful, and you can be confident that the average Ghanaian is not a serial killer, or not a child molester, or not. You know, like you can leave your kid out and let them play, and you know that the average Ghanaian is gonna take care of your child like it's their own. You know, or like watch out for that child, and watch out for you even. I remember when I first came here, I was just visiting, right? And it was like midnight, and I was lost. And I was terrified because in America, if you out at night, midnight, oh my God, and you're a woman,
asking for trouble, huh?
you know, asking for trouble. So I was walking, and I was looking scared, and I kept checking my phone, and these Ghanaian men, it was like 2 of them, they kept coming up to me, like, speaking in tree, like, da, 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 da. And I was like, they're gonna rape me! And come to find out, they were just asking, like, oh, do you need help? You're out here at night. You don't look, you look like a prostitute. Like, what are you doing out here? Like, do you need help? Like, please let me help you to get to your place. And it was an eye-opening experience. I'm like, oh wow, that's what they were doing. Like, they wasn't trying to kill me or kidnap me or rape me.
No, they're just being nice.
Because that's pretty much what you could expect in America. If someone comes up at you midnight, a couple guys, you're in trouble.
Wow. Okay, so that was one thing. So you have one more.
The other thing is the organic fruits and vegetables. I love it. And I also have another thing.
Okay.
Politeness. Like Ghanaians are very, very polite, very kind, gracious people. And of course it doesn't hurt that it's always summer here.
It's kind of like just an added bonus, right?
Yeah, it's a little added bonus. Oh, and I love the driving.
Driving?
Holy crap, the driving.
Really?
Driving in Ghana.
You love it?
I freaking love it. I know there's traffic and blah, blah, blah. No. push all that aside. You can go as fast as you can on the road, wherever you are. Like if there's no traffic, you can go like 100, 110, and you don't even have to stop at stoplights.
I don't know what she's talking about, you know, like
freaking amazing, freaking amazing. I freaking love it.
and wind in your hair.
Yeah, and like when it's real busy, when there's a lot of traffic, I just like sit and watch how Ghanaians communicate through driving and honking their horns, and it's so like high tech. It's like, what the hell? I would never have made it. Like I would have crashed already.
Yeah.
Especially those roundabouts.
Yes. Oh, you have to be so careful on those. Like,
It's so like high tech. Like the way they communicate. Like it's just it's almost intuitive driving. Like they just know when to go and know when to stop. Like, it's cool. I like it. I think it's cool.
Okay, so what have you found to be, or what would you say? What would you want to give people a heads up about before they come here? If they've never don't really know much about Ghana, what would you say, like, you need to know this before you come?
If you are a foreigner coming to Ghana, you go to buy anything, do not say okay and just pay them what they ask you. Always cut it in half, because you do us a disservice, the people who's already here, because you're raising the prices of things. So yeah, always barter. Like no matter what it is, unless it's like in a mall or something, and that's a set price. If it has a price tag on it, that's a set price. But if you're out on the market, or you know, if anybody's trying to sell you something and they name a price, chop that in half and then barter from there.
Yeah.
Cause oh my God, like stop with the just, oh, that's cheap according to American dollars. Like don't do that. Don't come with that mindset. Like, oh, in American dollars this is only $2, so that's super cheap. No, stop it. You're raising the prices for all of us.
Yeah, that live here. No, it's absolutely true, because the price goes up, and when things go up in Ghana, they never come back down.
Yeah.
And so the rest of us are just stuck. Like, that's it. So it makes it very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So what about anything else?
Don't eat salads.
Oh.
I'm really sad that I'm not able to eat salads here, but
Why?
I have a few theories. My stomach bacteria is used to the illnesses and threats in America.
Yes. Okay.
No defense against them here. It's like the everyday bacteria that the average Ghanaian can eat, and it won't affect them. It devastates my immune system. So raw fruits and vegetables, they have to be like rinsed with vinegar and then bottled water, because a lot of times they rinse the fruits with just the pipe water, and the pipe water I can't drink.
Yeah.
Because our immune system has no defense against the viruses and bacteria and stuff. So yeah, don't eat a salad, don't eat a fruit or a raw vegetable unless you can peel it.
No, I think that's
Or
actually,
rinse it in vinegar.
yeah, I think that's actually good advice, because I know for me, I definitely have a soft stomach, even after all the years I've been here. So I'm very careful about what I eat and where I eat. Not saying that it's not hygiene. It's not about that. It's just your stomach has to get accustomed to something. So if you know you don't have a very strong stomach, just be careful, because it can easily just flip you, and it's not a nice experience. I've experienced it a few times myself, so I completely get what you're saying.
Yeah. Even at restaurants, like really nice restaurants.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah, and it's just because they're cleaning the product, but they're just cleaning it in the water that they're used to.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, so what piece of advice would you give to someone who wants to come to Ghana and like wants to come right now? Like, I'm ready, my passport is ready, I got my bags packed. What would you say to them?
Do it and buy a whole bunch of stuff from Amazon before you come. Like just like stuff that you love. Buy that. Yeah. Like I miss Amazon so much. Oh my gosh. And yeah, it's you miss a lot of stuff that you don't realize that you miss. Like motorized toothbrushes.
Oh
you know,
yeah. You can get them here, but
it's not the type that I use.
It's
only like one type.
It's the price that you'll pay for it. I think you can pretty much get everything here now, but it's the cost I think the price of stuff here is really, really getting out of hand. It's really expensive.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of stuff that I Like I have to ask my friends when they come visit to bring me stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's standard though, really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Because no one wants to pay a little bit more than what they have to do there. If you don't have to.
Yeah. And also find someone who ships to Ghana and just ship a whole bunch of your stuff, so you don't have to take it on a plane with you. Because TSA be stealing.
What's TSA?
The security at the airport.
Oh, okay.
They be stealing, especially if it's still in the package. They be stealing.
Really?
I got Jack a brand new Fitbit I brought for my son. Just so much stuff. Like,
Just be careful, right?
Yeah, just be careful. And just take everything out of the package if you're flying with it. Just if it's brand new, just take it out the package anyway and then put it in your suitcase.
Yeah. Nice advice.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for coming to talk to me. I know you have like bared yourself there, so I really, really appreciate that you felt open enough to share. So guys, I hope you have learned something today, because honestly, she's been really, really open and she's given some really gold nuggets in what she said. So I'd advise you to watch this video twice to make sure you have not missed anything, because I think it's really important, some of the stuff that you touched on today. But are you enjoying your journey here in Ghana?
I am.
Yeah? So you're here for good?
I am, until my son is 18.
Okay.
Go back together.
Okay. That makes sense. So guys, people can check you out on Instagram, right? I know you're pretty open, yeah?
Not really. I'm actually really private. But you guys can check me out on Instagram. Fazayah Rose. F is in Frank. AZAYAH ROSE. So it's at Fazayah Rose.
Really unusual name though, Fazayah. Where does that come from? I've never heard of it.
It is I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's from the tribe that Nelson Mandela was in, like Khoso. I can't say it right, but
I want to try.
KHOSO.
Okay.
It's from the Khoso tribe, and it means victorious and triumphant, like and overcoming. And they actually like speak it every day. And my father gave it to me.
Wow, beautiful name. Thank you. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button for me and the notification bell, and don't forget to also like, comment and share this video for me so it goes out to a wider audience. I'd appreciate it very much. Until next time, I'm out.